It's an undescribable feeling when you start out your day, waking up in a beautiful bed and breakfast like I have here at this particular home. The attention to detail is off the charts. We just take you on a little visual journey of some of that.
As I walked through the Gilbert Mansion's grand entrance, it was clear this wasn't just any bed and breakfast. It was a piece of living history. My room, the Helen Room, was named after the youngest Gilbert child, with its furnishings carefully arranged to reflect the elegance of the era. Christine, the innkeeper, gave me a private tour, bringing each room to life with stories of the Gilbert family and her own additions of fine collectibles woven seamlessly into the mansion's rich character. Here, breakfast isn't just a meal, it's a step back into time, served with a nod to the Gilbert legacy. For those who appreciate the beauty of the past, the Gilbert Mansion offers an experience as rich as its history. Now, I took a few photos and video clips as I was there, but really would have loved to have taken the time to interview Christine, get a deeper story into her history with the mansion. I mean, the tour was amazing, but I just wish I would have recorded more of it. But I did take a few little clips here and there. I'll share them with you here. Again, I highly recommend this place, and Christine is just an interesting character to listen to and hear her story of how she's continually renovating this place. It's a great stop, great place to home base if you're visiting the Minnesota Lake area. I hope to make it back someday. Huge thank you to Christine Grotman, or Christy, I'm sorry, was her name. She is the owner and proprietor and everything best person ever running the place that I stayed at called the Gilbert Mansion in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. I'm going to put links down below. This was another one of those moments where I think I could have easily done a full-length documentary on this person, let alone a 1 Minute in America like I'd been wanting to do on different people as I traveled. Or at the very least, I should have actually had her on camera like she was totally open to, just to introduce herself. She shared so much information with me this morning that it was just like a tour on steroids of this place. There is so much history in this place that I stayed. And beyond that, there is so much personal history from her own growing up. I mean, she grew up in this neighborhood, and the one thing that stood out to me most when she was talking about how she used to circle around this neighborhood with her now husband, it's way back in high school when they were high school sweethearts, and she says, I'm going to own that building someday, and we're going to move here. And there she was, like, I think 18 years later doing that, or 20 years later. This was her home. It's in a state of continual renovation, and they're adding bathrooms or doing all sorts of things. I have never felt, first of all, I've never had that good of a breakfast at a bed and breakfast. It was beyond amazing. I was the only one there today. My room was extremely comfortable. There's some really cool people out there. And one of the nice things about staying in a place like that is you get to meet them and hear their stories. Not only the story of the place, but the story about the people who are running it now. Because they usually you really have to love doing that, and you have to love people. And it really showed in her work. Collections of things that she had from collecting antiques through her whole life were there on display. There's still all the stuff that she can go through, or that she needs to go through, from the original Gilbert family. Again, I'm blown away. There were so many things she said that I'm remembering now. It could be its own. At first, I said you need to write a book, and then it was like, well, that's another book, and then it was like something else. I says, well, that would be a third book, and I says, you know what? This needs to be a full-length documentary. And then by the very end, I says, I don't think one documentary will cover it. I think this needs to be a Netflix series. So, anyway, thanks again, Christy, especially for the very personalized tour. And I loved hearing the updates and the challenges you're having now, maybe with some of the new construction. And wish you the best. That bathroom you're doing upstairs is amazing. Love that tile that you chose. And I don't even know what else to say. It was just, I had the morning, out of all these stays in this whole trip on this particular month, this was the best. It was, first of all, it was the best breakfast. It was made with a lot of homemade stuff, or a lot of stuff from their own garden. A little story about just the maple syrup that your husband had actually gotten on his own, and rice pancakes, the quiche. It was like my mouth is watering just thinking of this breakfast. So anyway, thanks again. I'm on my way to the North Coast. I think they call it the North Coast. It's the area from Duluth to the northeast of Minnesota, and there's a lot of hotel rooms not available. I should say, because it looks like it's going to be a really busy weekend up there. But I hope to find something even remotely interesting while I'm up there. Certainly want to photograph some waterfalls, and again, I'm still in cloud nine from this last hotel experience, bed and breakfast. Hopefully more to come. Just for the record, that was it's a place called Shovel Point. It's actually right near a visitor center here along the north shore of Minnesota. Lake Superior out here. I'm north of a place called Silver Bay, maybe? Anyway, it's a little rest stop. Just to the left of the visitor center is this trail that goes down here. Beautiful weather. I look like I'm on fire, but it's actually kind of cool. I'm just out of shape. Nice stairs to get up here. And I finally got a room, so that's where I'm headed next. Down at a place called Two Harbor, I believe. A lot of bugs out tonight, so I'm walking up a trail here. It's a little scenic overlook. My car's the only one in the lot. Of course, all my luggage is in there. But I just saw a family walking down from here. It's only 0.3, not 0.3, but 0.3 of a mile up this little boardwalk. The noise is the traffic going in and out of this tunnel. Silver Creek Cliff. I've been following a lot of different groups, like Facebook groups for Glacier National Park, Yellowstone, because heading there in August, and a couple different groups, RVing with cats, various state park and national park groups. So I've been seeing a lot of the posts about bears, and so when I'm on a path by myself, I don't know, let's just say
a little bunny rabbit cross the path up there. But as he was doing that, he kind of came through the brush here. Scared the shit out of me. A rabbit. All right, I'll share the picture that I took. It was the whole reason I walked down here, because I saw this little gazebo around the corner. It's like, it's not epic, but here it is. Life is good. You know, I think over there, gotta look at my map. If I'm not mistaken, I think I can actually see Wisconsin over there. So yeah, I screenshotted it, but that's definitely, it's the part of Wisconsin over there called the Apostle Islands. If this vlog is dying today, which I think it is, I'll share some pictures of the last time I was in this area. I came up to photograph the ice caves. It's pretty spectacular. This is what some of those images look like right here. And man, it was cold. So I got a room at this place called Larsmont Cottages. There's this path that goes the whole way along the lake. This place is awesome. I'm just staying in a small room, but you can rent out like a big cottage. But plenty of places to photograph first thing in the morning because the sunrise is over the water. Came out here to catch sunrise this morning and sit on one of these Adirondack chairs and journal. And sorry, the sound of an AC. It was almost moon-like. I mean, you could stare right into it. There's so much dense atmosphere of sorts. It's not smoke. It's I guess water vapor off the lake. That you could stare right into it. It was almost like a moonrise, you know? Very unique. It's a nice morning, listening to the ducks, journaling. But I'm heading back into my room, get another cup of coffee. So there's all these cottages you can rent, you know, like 3 and 4 bedroom units here with, you know, with a grill. I think I read somewhere where they can supply pre-fabricated meals for you to grill out. You know, it might seem a little expensive, but if you're not going to own your own cabin somewhere, invest in a vacation, you know, it's gonna make sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. Heading up to get some breakfast. Let me go see these geese first. You know, doing the kind of work I've done for years, you know, lighting for events, I've been pretty fortunate to have stayed in some pretty cool places. And this place has a very California feel to it. Like Carlsbad, like La Costa, or Dana Point. Again, I've stayed in some amazing places I would have never been able to stay in. And I'm totally grateful for that. I'm gonna go this way. There's an essence of burning wood in the smell. I don't know what it's coming from. Maybe the sauna over there. And this is a little massage cottage. There's a sauna over there. There's 2 ways to go between the main place and my room. I can either take this mulch covered path that hugs the lake coast, or there's a, you know, path here that goes along the cars, the parking lot. Coming back up this way because as I was vlogging, there were several families out enjoying the view from their little patios on the lake. And I'm walking by vlogging, kind of ruining the moment for them. Looking like an idiot. Couple things. Good news, I found my neutral density filter. was in the car under the seat. Secondly, I'm heading up to Gooseberry Falls, I think. And then there's also a lighthouse that I'm kind of going to backtrack and go back up the coast a little bit. And then after that, I was looking at the map, and once it gets down to this town called Two Harbors, again, where I'm staying now, I cut in and really follow the coast. There's a scenic route I'm going to take. It's going to go through Duluth, I think, and I'm either going to stay in Ashland, which I'll show you on the map, which is over by Bakerfield. Baker something. I stayed there before when I went to the Apostle Islands. Or I'm going to head down, into central Wisconsin. Possibly stay a night before going to Door County. I was going to stay in Minneapolis or Minnesota for 3 nights, but I think I'm going to head down to Wisconsin and do the 3 nights in Wisconsin. Why? I don't know. I just feel like getting to the land of Wisconsin cheddar cheese. Or Wisconsin cheese. That was stupid. Anyway, I'm going to hit the road. I've got a couple of waterfalls I'm going to capture today. Looking forward to that. Got the camera all rigged up. Luggage is in the car. And just got the camera and a couple of bags here. All right. Let's get going. In a place called Split Rock Lighthouse. I'm pretty sure. They have a really nice museum here of the lighthouse itself. I kind of went in it quickly. There's a lot of people in there. But I decided to get out. There's a little path here, walkway actually, that goes to a couple of nice viewing areas. And then right down to the beach actually. The lighting's not amazing, but it's kind of fun to. I've always loved lighthouses. There's another guy photographing it down there too. Pretty cool. And it's cool out, literally cool. Loving it. Then of course there's the walk back up. So I'm experiencing mosquitoes down here, the size of small hummingbirds. You know, I love the freedom of my little red SUV Buick Enclave. Not sponsored, but I miss my the little RV life stuff that I did too with the cat. I'm sure I'll be doing that again. I'm gonna go back to this place called Gooseberry Falls. When I went there, I went to the overflow parking. It was full. There was nowhere to park. So I don't want it to rain on these people on their Sunday vacation time, but it would clear out the parking lot just a little bit. Anyway, I think I've recuperated from those steps. Onward we go. All right, I hate to disappoint you because I know you were literally on the edge of your seat, waiting, counting the moments, counting the seconds to when you're gonna get to experience a beautiful waterfall shot from this guy. It ain't gonna happen. Whether it's gonna rain or not has nothing to do with the fact that not only is the parking lot an overflow parking lot full like before, the drive going clear up to the main entrance
is just lined with cars. I don't know if you can see it in the background. And yeah, this ain't happening. But you know what? I think there might be, maybe there's some stock footage of these I can use. Put together a little quick show just to show you what I missed. Hey, I'll be back here someday. I'm gonna probably come up here when the lake freezes, or part of the lake freezes. I don't know. I just have a feeling I'll be up on this coast again. Not on a Sunday, not in the summer, and not when it's crowded. So this is what it looks like. Gooseberry Falls. I should have come up here first thing in the morning like I wanted to. We'll find something else. Enjoy. I tell you, I'm basically tapering off here with the vlogs. I'm almost at Green Bay. I really toyed with the idea of staying up on the North Shore again tonight, like around Duluth. But I mean, between Duluth and here, and I'm not even at Door County. I've been on the road like all day. I'm arriving at 8:30. So I mean, it's been like 8 hours driving. Try to visit all 50 states, 2 nights in each state. You're doing some driving. Why are people flying by me here? Oh, I'm not doing the speed limit, that's why. Yeah, one quick thing. I was gonna vlog during my lunch, but I would look like a complete idiot because the restaurant was full. So I'm driving along the scenic drive before I got to Duluth. And I saw on the Google Maps there was something coming up on the right side, and I was like, I'm hungry, let me just pull in there. And it was really a cute little place. I think I took a real quick video of my food and my view, but it was like the road was going right along the lake. It had a beautiful view, and I had like a little, there was like a little L-shaped thing around the bakery that I was able to sit at a high chair and look out, or a stool. And then the main part of the restaurant was full of people, but it was nice because I got to sit there and traveling by myself. I get to look outside. Nice little flower bed. People are out there playing. I had a bowl of some sort of fish soup, and then a croissant with prosciutto, fried egg, and asparagus. Oh my god! And then like a salad with it. It's very French. And the cup that the soup came in and the plate were like antiques, you know? It's like I rarely have lunch, or a really good lunch like that, so it was a nice treat. Boy, this is really dark, isn't it? I will see you later, maybe tonight, if not. I'll see you in the morning on our little excursion to Door County, Wisconsin. I'm in Wisconsin, state number 14 on my list this year, I think. All right, so I started out the day journaling lakeside at my lodge after an amazing dinner the night before. Nice cup of soup with Parmesan crusted walleye, I believe it was. And a nice, it was a non-alcoholic beer from Duluth, Minnesota. It's fantastic. But not all days are perfect, and not all nights are perfect. Again, I was journaling lakeside in a nice Adirondack chair watching the sunrise. And I realize now that tomorrow's journaling is going to take place in a room that has a hot tub in the corner. Again, hotels are so expensive. I try to save a few bucks. This still wasn't as cheap as it looks. I mean, it looks like a gun cabinet. And what am I eating tonight? Well, takeout from A&W. Harsh extremes here from where I was this morning, but I am going to spend a little bit of time after I consume this food, and we're going to get a fresh start tomorrow. I want to line up a nice place for my last couple of nights here on this particular leg. Door County is, again, an area that I want to do a little bit of research tonight. Hopefully the food goes down well. By the way, I keep hearing water drip. I don't know where the water's coming from. There's a nick on the wall here. Yeah. I didn't even check the bed yet. Anyway, let's just call this a vlog. I'll see you guys in the next one. I guess that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for hanging with me. Appreciate it. As always, more on all of this later. There's no way I'm getting in this thing.